Tonight, it's truly a pleasure and an honor that I get to stand here on stage in front of all of you on an evening where we get to honor Mr. Rick Warren for lifetime achievement. I've known Rick for many years. He's been a mentor for me through the years, working at Virgin America. Anytime that I've had ideas, he's been there to help me see them through. He's been a champion of ours. He's been someone I can go to for counsel ever since I joined the board here at Apex, and especially when I became president. But most importantly, and most dear to me, is that I get to call him my friend. As you know, our system at Virgin America is Panasonic, and so I'm always down in Orange County. And one of the delights and pleasures that I have in going down to Orange County, it's not to see Panasonic. Sorry, Paul. It's that I get the opportunity to go and see that man. I get to go hang out with him, spend time with him and Kate, maybe go play golf, maybe have a few of these. So I just want to personally say thank you for the years of friendship. Truly blessed to have you in my life. And the reason I have this, if you'll all join me, please raise a glass and help me honor Mr. Rick Warren. Rick, salute. And now, to even spread a little more cheer about Mr. Rick Warren, I have the privilege of inviting up the vivacious and beautiful from Paramount Pictures, Miss Joan Filipini.
Rick told me not to cry, but since when have I ever listened to you, Rick? It's going to be tough. But the first thing I want to comment on, Paul Margis, don't do the interview. Nobody needs to know you actually are an engineer with a personality, and you are hilarious. So don't do it. Nobody needs to know that. I'm going to put on my glasses because I need to read this. So it is my honor and pleasure to introduce Rick Warren as tonight's recipient of the Apex Lifetime Achievement Award. Those of you who know Rick know he's the quintessential guy's guy. So why am I up here? Because no guy would say what I'm about to tell you about Rick Warren, because everything's going to come from the heart. But before I get to what Rick has meant, his friendship, his partnership, I need to do the obligatory background check of Apex, what he's done for Apex. So Rick's history, Rick started at Sony Transcom in 1991. I personally have never heard of Sony Transcom, and I'm sure many of you have not. But he was an operations manager at Sony Transcom. He then moved to Postmodern Edit in 1997, where he became president. In 2008, he became partner with Amir in the Postmodern Group, which consisted of PME, AMP, Images in Motion, Ambient, and C movies. In 2013, PMG was acquired by GE. Although Rick did not serve on the Apex board, Rick encouraged his employees, namely Janice Daniello, I don't know if those of you who know her, served a long time, but along with that support, Rick has been very generous with his sponsorship of every Apex event. Pick up the phone, call Rick, he's going to contribute. The other thing, every event we've ever had, oh, there's Rick. He has made all of our show reels every year. So Rick has been a fabulous supporter of Apex. But beyond Rick's dedication to this association, those of us who know him know that Rick embodies true friendship, as we all know. Alfie is talking about. He is loyal. He's generous. He's a man who stands by his word. Even when it didn't quite work out so great for you, you were there. I remember the first day I met Rick. It was in the armpit of California, Anaheim, in the year 2000. And all Rick kept talking about was this PME lab. Well, it was my very first day on the job. I didn't even know what a lab was. All I could imagine were white coats and chemistry beakers. What is this? But that quickly changed. Rick stood out with his unwavering energy, his plethora of ideas, and his constant upbeat attitude. He liked everyone, even you, Neil McBain, Simon, Susie P. He liked all you guys. Tony Taverner, maybe not so much. Sorry, Tony. But working with Rick, maybe not working, I always looked at Rick as my partner. It was exciting. He was challenging. There's always seeking a new opportunity. He's trying to make everything easier and more efficient. And we all know about SAFE. And of course, with many of Rick's ideas, SAFE did stir up some controversy. But I think we've gotten there, Rick. You know, most of us, all of you, we all work for large, publicly traded companies. We do. But this business is Main Street. It's not Wall Street. We all know each other. It's all relationships. And Rick, from the beginning, made it personal. If there was any favors I ever needed, call Rick. Rick was there. All it took was that phone call. No questions asked, nothing. Yes, Joan, I'll do it. Rick's generosity and kindness not only extended to his customers, I was a customer, but to his competitors alike. If you lost a job and you had any integrity, Rick would hire you. If you wanted to start up, Rick would help invest. And he was always there for his crying customers. As a friend, that was the most important thing, was as a friend, Rick was there. So, Rick, you represent the best of our business. You pretty much were there from the very beginning, making it all personal, and you're going to be dearly missed. It was always easy. It was always easy to say, Rick, let's just do it. You know, I'm in it with you. Although, Tony Taverner and Hatham are sitting here right now. Yes, Rick is gone. Because the opportunities are now open. But as great as Rick has been in business, he's been even greater in life. In the end, his biggest accomplishment is he landed the girl. I didn't know it was possible for Rick to improve, but Kate, in the most positive way, you gilded the lily. So, may I present Rick Warren, friend, former partner, an Outstanding Life Achievement Award. E.
Do with that. Let me lay it here for a moment. First, Thank you so much, John. You know, I feel exactly the same way, and you know that. It's difficult for me to express how honored I am to even be considered for this award tonight, let alone actually receive it. It's been 25 years. I've been doing this for 25 years, and it's been a joy. It's been great. But I want to think back. Everybody remember when you were in your 20s and you got your degrees, and you just think about, what are you going to do with your life? And I was thinking, oh, maybe I could be an actor. I'm kind of handsome. Or maybe a writer. Or even a rock star. But then those things don't pan out, and you're 29 years old, and you end up in IFE. That's me, guys. That's me. I don't really want to talk too much about what PMG, PME, Amir and I, Roy and I did with WAA and Apex. What I'd like to do is just thank all the people that were involved in the success of PMG that allowed us to be a partner with WAA and Apex. So on the personal side, I'd like to thank some people early on in my career, which started, again, 25 years ago. There was Peter Daniello, who some of you may know, Pam Ryan, Susie P., who was mentioned earlier today, and everybody at Transcom in the 90s. And then I'd like to thank Mike Covell and Bill Grant on the content side, who supported PME, the lab, early on. They're both wonderful men and great lifelong friends. So hopefully you guys know these guys. They're wonderful guys. And then my two business partners over the last 20 years or so, Roy Cox first, and then Amir. Roy was an interesting guy. Roy owned EIM with Mike Covell back in the day, and then he came in and took majority interest in PME. And what he taught me is he taught me how to run a successful company, and he taught me how to do the 2-hour lunch. Very important thing to know, okay, guys? And then there was Amir. Amir and I bought out Roy back in 2008, and Amir's been a great friend, and he's really the yin to my yang. We like to say that we're brothers from a different mother, and I think we truly are. It was a great ride, Amir, and I'd ride it again and again. It was a great ride. I also want to thank colleagues and support staff at PME and AMP and everywhere else, everything that was PMG, and that's Jason, Christelle, Kate, Steve, Johnny Walker, the person, not the scotch, Christine, Janice, and both Tonys. And I think without these people, we wouldn't have the successes that we were afforded. And of course, I'd like to thank our clients and friends, Joan and Mark, Jeff, Frank, Evelyn, Angelica, Callie, Ed, Peter and Jeff, Ruth and Melinda, Isabel, Polly Post, if he's here somewhere, and of course, Alfie and all the other airlines that we've been privileged to service, and believe it or not, all the CSPs. You guys were a very important part to our growth, and we thank you all. All of you guys and your companies have been the nucleus of the organization, and I'm honored to have had the opportunity to work with all of you. You all own a little piece. Well, you can all own a big piece if you want of this award. The last 25 years working with WAA and Apex have been extremely rewarding. I look forward to the next 25 years. Now, I'm 53, but I do look forward to the next 25 years. If you guys need anything at the Apex, just call me. I'll be around. And I want you guys to remember, as we dream when we're 20s, what we're going to do, dreamers never go away. They never stop dreaming. They just dream bigger. Thank you all, and I'll see you all again soon. Kate, I love you.